You think you're lazy, but that's not what's actually happening. Something in your brain is making you feel productive while you're doing nothing at all. And the more you try to fix it, the deeper you stay stuck. Most people never notice this loop because it feels completely normal. You're not lazy, you're addicted to thinking about success instead of actually chasing it. And your brain? It's perfectly fine with that, because imagining a better life feels almost as good as living one. But here's what most people don't realize. Your brain is not designed for success. It's designed for comfort. So it doesn't ask, will this improve your future? It asks, does this feel easy right now? And that one question controls most of your decisions, because modern life is built around it. Your phone, your apps, your content, they all give you something instant, something easy, something that requires nothing from you. And your brain learns fast, faster than you think. It starts expecting reward, without effort. So when you sit down to work, something feels off. You don't feel focused. You don't feel ready. You don't feel motivated. But that feeling is not random. It's trained. Because real work doesn't give you anything immediately. No instant result, no instant reward, no instant satisfaction, just effort and uncertainty. So your brain compares two options, effort or escape. And escape wins, almost every time. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is doing exactly what it was trained to do. And here's where it gets deeper. You're not just avoiding work, you're replacing it with thinking, planning, imagining. You tell yourself you're preparing, getting ready, figuring things out. But most of the time, you're just delaying action in a way that feels productive. And your brain rewards that. You imagine success. You picture your future. You see yourself doing better. And your brain gives you dopamine, not for progress, but for the idea of progress. So now you're stuck in a strange position. You feel like you're moving forward, but nothing in your life is actually changing. And the more you repeat this, the more real work starts to feel unnecessary. Because emotionally, you've already experienced the reward. This is why motivation fades so quickly. Because motivation lives in your imagination, not in your actions. And action feels different. It feels slow, messy, uncomfortable. There's no immediate payoff, no excitement, no clear signal that you're doing the right thing. So your brain resists it, quietly, automatically. And most of the time, you don't even notice it happening. You just feel stuck. But there's something even more important happening underneath all of this. Every time you avoid a task, your brain learns something. It learns that avoidance works, that discomfort disappears when you delay, and that lesson gets stronger every single time, until even small tasks feel overwhelming. Opening your laptop, starting a video, working for 10 minutes, things that should feel easy, start to feel heavy, not because they changed, but because your brain changed. This is how people lose years, not in one big decision, but in thousands of small delays. Days that feel normal, but quietly add up to nothing. And the most dangerous part? There's no warning, no moment where everything collapses, no clear sign that something is wrong. Just slow, invisible stagnation. You feel busy, you feel close, you feel like you're about to start, but you never actually do. And that becomes your identity. Someone who thinks, plans, waits, instead of someone who acts. But here's the truth most people avoid. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more clarity. You don't need a perfect plan. Because none of those fix the loop. Only action does. But not the kind of action you're imagining. Not big, not dramatic, not life-changing overnight. Small, almost boring. So small your brain doesn't resist it. Because the moment you act, even slightly, something shifts. Dopamine changes direction, from thinking to doing, and that changes everything. Because now your brain starts learning a new pattern. Effort is not pain. Effort leads somewhere, and that's the moment the loop begins to break. Not instantly, not dramatically, but consistently. And consistency is what rewires your brain, Not motivation, not emotion, not intention, repetition. That's what created the problem, and that's what solves it. So the real question is not, are you lazy? The real question is, how long are you going to stay in a loop that rewards you for doing nothing and punishes you for trying to change?